now it's my pleasure to introduce Tony Vitello as the next manager of the San Francisco Giants.
Contagious energy, work ethic, determination. A few phrases that define the newest manager of the San Francisco Giants, Tony Vitello.
Very high expectations, very high standards to meet because of the past. And this is a challenge that's been presented to me. And again, I'm humbled and honored to be here in front of you today to take on that challenge.
Vitello joins the Giants after 8 seasons with the University of Tennessee. The 6-time National Coach of the Year brought the Big Orange back to national prominence, leading the Vols to their first national title in 2024.
I stood there and watched that last out, and I thought, my God, I just can't believe it.
Was that, again, your feeling when he called you to let you know, I'm going to be the next manager of the Giants?
It was the same thing. Wow. You know, I mean, that's all I could say was wow, and a couple of tears.
Really, all I want to do is a good job. And I think because of being around my dad and being blessed around winning players similar to Buster, those standards are very high.
The Mizzou and DeSmet alum caught the coaching bug from one of the best in St. Louis. His father, Greg Vitello, was Tony's high school coach. He coached DeSmet teams for 46 years.
You raised a son here. Now he's going to be a major league manager. What does that mean to you?
We just kind of looked at each other, and I said, you know what? You're the manager of the San Francisco Giants. And he, you know, and there was a pause. You know, he said, yeah, I am. He's kind of like a throwback from the door-to-door vacuum cleaner salesman that was always under the pressure, man, this is how I got to feed my family. And that's kind of how he worked. He just never was denied.
I think you see a lot of traits of Coach Vitello and Tony, a lot. The work ethic, the intensity, the competition, to be able to compete, just the hatred of losing.
Now, Vitello is the first to go straight from college coach to big league manager without previous MLB experience. But his father and Missouri Sports Hall of Famer believes Tony's been preparing for this moment for his whole life.
If you can coach, you can coach. When he first started coaching at Missouri, it was kind of the same deal. I mean, he was a role player, then all of a sudden he stepped into being the student assistant, and now all of a sudden he's the pitching coach. You know, and he was never a pitcher. So there were a lot of he never was things. I coached by myself. I didn't have an assistant coach. And for the most part, he was my assistant coach. And going home after games and after practice, I would put him on the spot and say, hey, what do you think about our right fielder? All right, or is our third baseman, you know, in the right position in the batting order? And without any hesitation, knowing that he's going to talk about his peers, he would come right out and say, hey, I think maybe this guy would be this and this guy would be that. And again, that was simply, you know, what he was observing, what he was seeing. When he was at Missouri, he wasn't a full-time player when he first got there. So sitting and watching, he's watching some of the best college coaches in America do their thing.
One of the skills Vitello brings to the big leagues is his ability to recruit and develop. During his time at Tennessee, 52 players were drafted. He did the same at Arkansas, TCU, and Mizzou, coaching MLB standouts such as World Series starter Max Scherzer. Most recently, the Cardinals' first-round pick, Liam Doyle.
I think he was able to realize when he recruited players, guys that didn't feel like they've arrived. He felt like he could go to guys and say, hey, here's what we want to do. We want development.
Interestingly, the Vitellos have been connected to the Giants organization for years.
I remember my junior year, Coach Vitello, after practice, had told us his first player from DeSmet just got called up to the big leagues, which was Bill Miller, and it was up with the San Francisco Giants.
Tony was really young, 8, 9 years old when Bill played here. He used to sit on the bench and watch Bill play. I would hit him 100 ground balls, and if number 67 he missed, he'd want to start again. And I'd be out here, and he'd be over here, and it's cold, and it's raining, and it's dark, and I'd been here for 12 hours. But that's the kind of player he was. Everywhere he went, it was, well, you know, he's kind of small, and he doesn't have a great arm, and he's a switch hitter, but he doesn't pull the ball, and he doesn't hit for power. But everywhere he went, it was, oh my gosh, this guy is, you know, he's a contact hitter. He's a great defensive player. He couldn't be denied. And it kind of reminds me a little bit of Tony and, you know, and how he progressed.
Now the 40th manager in Giants history, Tony continues to make his coach proud.
I keep kidding his mother. I said, you know what? You happen to be the mother of the manager of the San Francisco Giants. And all she can do is smile.